Well, I've been given the charge of talking about establishing your career. So of note, this is not the same as getting a job, right? Getting a job can suit your current needs. But we're talking about, a job that you're going to legitimately love and it's going to build and you're going to be able to get paid more and more in the future. What you want is a career. What you want to do is pursue and build this career. So point number 1, make a decision. It's time to make a decision. You know what? To have a career, it takes vision, but you won't get vision unless you make a definitive decision about what you want to pursue. And I say this because this is something that people are so they change it so much, right? Because they're not actually rooted in what they actually want to do. I think it's a lot like becoming a Christian. You got to make a decision that you're not going to withdraw from when it gets hard or confusing. It's something you have to stick with. Yeah. Come on, bro. So write these scriptures down, but I'm going to be reading from some pretty obscure versions because to suit what we're going to be, what we're talking about tonight. But Proverbs 29:18, the King James Version says, "Where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he." In the Christian Standard Bible, it says, "Without revelation, people run wild. But the one whose divine instruction will be happy." And isn't it kind of like that, like running wild, right? Job to job, changing your major. If you don't really know what you want to do and your heart's not actually in it. Wow. And I've heard too many people that have changed their majors because, this is a lot easier. Oh, yeah. This is a lot easier. Or it's less years of school, right? But then their heart's not actually in this, right? Think about it in terms of an employer interviewing a person. Are they going to entertain someone who's changed their major 3 times and then finally graduated? Or even someone who's like, you know what? I'm open for anything. I'm just kind of like, I'm here. I'm going to do anything, right? But what about the person who's like, you know what? I've been wanting to be an embedded systems engineer since high school, and I've taken programming roles in my university clubs and projects, right? You want someone who has vision, right? Who's made a decision, right? Come on, bro. I've met plenty of people named Peter, right? And even some named Judas, but I've never met someone named Pontius Pilate. No. Why? Because it's associated with weak sauce, with indecision, right? It's associated with indecision, right? And sometimes making no decision can be even worse than making a bad decision. Wow. Good. Great. Point number 2, build on that decision. If you're going to get hired for a position, you have to show them why you're worthy. You have to show them what gives you the qualifications. Check this out. James chapter 2, verse 18 in the Holman Christian Standard Bible says, "But someone will say, 'You have faith and I have works. Show me your faith without works, and I will show you my faith from my works.'" Come on now. And Proverbs 20, verse 11 in the New American Standard Bible 1995 version says, "It is by his deeds that a lad distinguishes himself if his conduct is pure and right." You know what skills you have, but what is it gonna take to show someone else that you have them? What can you practically do? See, for me, it's like, hey, you know what? I like mechanical design, right? I like designing things on the computer. So I started my own business making RC parts where it focuses on rapid prototyping and real-world testing and simulation, right? Because I like to do it, and it's something that sticks out. Yeah. And you know what? On my first job, for the interview for my first job, the thing that stood out most to my interviewer was that fact, actually, that I actually started a business. And you know what? Another thing is I like robotics. I want to get into robotics. So I'm mentoring a high school robotics team at Middleton High School, right? Again, these don't cost money. These are free things. I literally got myself into free things, and it's building experience. It's building a career. You don't have to go these great lengths or spend money. You could literally start something because it shows you have character. It shows you really want it. And you know what? Networking is the most important thing to building your career. Actually getting to know people. You know what? My first job literally came because It was someone that my dad had worked on his cars for like 25 years. And he was a really big engineer at an engineering firm.
Wow.
And that's what led me to my first job, right? Because I got an interview from that. And I've literally, at the gym, I literally met like a professional engineer, a prominent engineer in Verizon. And I literally know him, have his contact just from the gym, right? But people you meet, like, network. Get to know people within your job atmosphere, because you never know what it's going to lead to.
Yeah, that's right. Come on, dude.
So some practicals here. If you're not sure what you want to do, research and ask people in that profession. Ask them what their opinions are. Ask them what they think, right? I wouldn't go to a university to ask, because most people in career advisory don't actually have experience in the career. They'll tell you some things from a university perspective, but not actually from a real world perspective. If you know what you want to do, look for opportunities to distinguish yourself. You don't have to go far. You know what? Anything's possible.
Yeah.
Anything's possible, but how are you going to stand out? What are you going to do? And so with that, I say, hey, take opportunities and make a decision and build on that decision. And with that, to God be all the glory.